morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of a Major League Baseball game. Tonight's game is going to feature the Los Angeles Angels versus the Oakland Athletics. The commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with Major League Baseball, the MLB, or their sponsors. We're providing live reports on the game being played and hope that English-speaking audiences around the globe can enjoy the game on YouTube and Twitch along with us. It is a battle tonight of second versus fourth in the National League West, or in the American League West. The Oakland A's are currently in second place, and they are still battling for their playoff lives. They are 7 games behind the Houston Astros, who hold the first place spot down in the West, and they are battling for wild card positioning, but they have a couple of teams in between them. Currently, they are chasing the Toronto Blue Jays and Boston Red Sox, who are up to the minute, have a 3-game lead on the Athletics. The Athletics also have the New York Yankees in between them, but are 1 game ahead of the Seattle Mariners. For the Los Angeles Angels, they are out of the playoff hunt, everything except for the mathematical equation to say that they are. The Los Angeles Angels right now are in 4th place in the American League West, are 72-74, 2 games below the 500 mark, and are doing it quite well without Joe Adell, Anthony Rendon, Mike Trout, and Dylan Bundy. They have over $100 million on the injured list, on payroll on the injured list. And they are surviving tonight with only about $30 million of payroll on the current active roster. So they're going to be taking on the Oakland Athletics. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the starting lineups. We're glad you're with us tonight. Be sure to stick around. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher to get things going for us. Hold tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Thanks again, Steve. Be sure to check out Steve Rademacher's channel after the game for all your needs, whether it's Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, the Saturday morning cartoons, or the Sunday shoutouts. He's got something for everybody. And now the starting lineups, and we'll begin with the visitors from Oakland. The Oakland A's are going to lead off. Josh Harrison, he's going to lead off and play shortstop. He'll wear number 1. Batting second and wearing number 2, the center fielder is Starling Marte. Batting third and playing first base wearing number 28 is Matt Olson. In the cleanup spot and playing in left field is number 20, Mark Canha. Batting fifth and in right field wearing number 4 is Chad Pinder. Batting sixth and playing third base wearing number 26 is Matt Chapman. Hitting seventh and doing the catching wearing number 23 is Yan Gomes. Batting eighth and doing the designated hitting wearing number 11 is Chris Davis. And batting ninth and playing second base wearing number 5 is Tony Kemp. And they are going to face a youngster making his major league debut tonight. That is going to be Jonathan Diaz. Diaz has split time between AA and AAA this year. He's got a 5-6 record with a 4.01 ERA. He's appeared in 16 games, of which 12 of them have been starts. He's worked 76 and a third innings, allowing 65 hits at the minor league level, walking 20 and striking out 92. So he is going to get the call tonight in his first action for the Los Angeles Angels. And now the starting lineup for the home team from Los Angeles. The Angels will lead off, and in center field will be number 16, Brandon Marsh. Batting second and playing second base, wearing number 22, is David Fletcher. Batting third and doing the designated hitting is number 17, Shohei Ohtani. In the cleanup spot and playing in left field wearing number 13 is Phil Goslin. Batting fifth at first base wearing number 20 is Jared Walsh. Batting sixth and doing the catching wearing number 24 is Kurt Suzuki. Batting seventh and playing shortstop wearing number 2 is Luis Rengifo. Batting eighth and playing third base wearing number 9 is Jack Mayfield. And batting ninth in right field wearing number 19 is Juan Lagares. And they are going to face Cole Irvin, who is 9-13 on the season for the Oakland A's. He's got a 4.04 ERA. Irvin has had himself a very solid season this year in his first full year in the big leagues. He was with the Philadelphia Phillies in 2019 and 2020. And he's got himself a 4.04 ERA, 158 and a third innings of work, 170 hits allowed, and he's walked 34 and struck out 109. And so now we're ready to get this game underway, and the first couple of pitches are already ahead to Josh Harrison. They were delivered for strikes, and now he's been hit on the third pitch of the ball game, and he is aboard with a hit batter here. So Diaz hits the first batter he faces, and that is going to bring up the center fielder, Starling Marte. For Marte on the season, he's batting .321. He's got 11 homers and 46 runs batted in. Marte was acquired in a trade with the Miami Marlins midseason. The veteran has also played with the Arizona Diamondback organization as well as the Pittsburgh Pirates. So Marte digs in. Left-hander against the right-hander. And Diaz kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is 0-1. Marte has one of the best batting averages in all of baseball. It's unfortunate that he wasn't in one league this year. Had he been in one league or the other, he would have been contending for the batting title, for the leading batting average in the league that he would have been playing in. So here comes the pitch from Diaz. He kicks and delivers, and it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Defensively today for the Los Angeles Angels from left to right, it is Phil Goslin in left, Brandon Marsh in center, and the right fielder is Juan Lagares. Diaz comes set. He kicks and delivers, and there is a fastball swung on it. It is lifted into center field. Camping out underneath it is the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to be retiring Starling Marte for the first out of the inning. So that's going to hold Josh Harrison at first base, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Matt Olson. For Olson on the season, he's hitting .275. He's got 35 homers and 101 runs batted in. The left-handed stick has a very upright stance at the plate. He holds his hands well away from his body. And here's the first pitch from the lefty Diaz. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. For Olson, in his last 15 games, he's hitting .293, and he's knocked in 18 runs. And here's the pitch from Diaz. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Olson. The runner at first is Harrison. He got aboard after he was hit by a pitch after 2 strikes were delivered to him. If you're going to getting hit where he was, down around the feet area with a soft breaking ball is the way to do it. And there's a breaking ball, and Olson checks his swing and fouls it away. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Olson ready to go back at it with Diaz. Diaz, the lefty, checks the runner Harrison at first. He kicks and delivers, and there is a fastball at 91 that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Olson. Olson has been a major run producer for the Oakland Athletics in the middle part of their order, having a fantastic season this year. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and Olsen draws himself a one-out walk. That's going to put runners on first and second, and it's going to bring the left fielder Mark Canha to the plate. For Canha on the season, he's batting .237. He's got 17 homers and 57 runs batted in. This is the first time that the Oakland Athletics or anybody is seeing Jonathan Diaz pitch at the major league level as he's making his big league debut tonight. So there'll be a lot of information being gathered by the Athletics the first time through the order. Harrison establishes his lead at second. Diaz has a long look, and there's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. For Canha, he was originally a 7th-round draft pick of the Florida Marlins back in the 2010 Major League Draft. He was a California Bear. He went to UCal Berkeley. He has been with the Oakland A's at the major league level every year of his career, and there is a fastball that's taken for a called strike. Count is 1-1. He was originally taken by the Colorado Rockies from the Marlins in the Rule 5 draft back in 2014, and then he was flipped by the Rockies to the Oakland A's for Austin House, a minor leaguer at the time, and cash. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Diaz kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is now 2-1. Canha has had a chance this year to get some regular action. This is the most he has ever played at the big league level. He's in his 127th game tonight, so this is exceeding what he did in 2019. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that almost gets away from the catcher, Suzuki, and the count goes to 3-1. I'm sure that there are nerves for the young lefty Jonathan Diaz here, getting his first big league start tonight. Diaz gets the signs from his catcher, Suzuki. Comes set at the chest. He checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on its tap foul over on the third base side. And the count goes 3-2 to Canha. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second is Harrison. The runner at first is Olsen. Canha digs back in. Left-hander against the right-hander. And Diaz is ready to go back to work. The defense shapes up for the Athletics. They are playing Fletcher close to second base, and there's a fastball that misses inside, and that's ball 4, and the bases are now full of Athletics with one away here in the top of the first inning. That is going to bring the pitching coach from the Los Angeles Angels out of the dugout to have a word with his young left-hander. The pitching coach for the Angels is Matt Wise. He's come out to settle his young lefty down. He's already up to 17 pitches here, and definitely has not been effective yet with his work so far here in the first inning. So that brings up the right fielder, Chad Pinder. For Pinder on the season, he's hitting .229. He's got 3 homers and 18 runs batted in. The lefty Diaz comes set at the belt, and then he raises up around his chin level, and he throws a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away. And it has caught the catcher, Kurt Suzuki, in a very difficult place. He's going to get a moment or so to be able to walk that one off. The umpires for today's game, working the plate, is Chris Siegel. At first base, it's James Hoy. The second base umpire is Eric Backus. And the third base umpire is Mark Carlson. So here comes the 0-1 pitch to Pinder. Diaz kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. It catches the outside corner. And the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. You've got the hobbyist in the house tonight. Welcome. Thank you for stopping in. And there is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Pinder is retired for the second out of the inning on strikes. So 2 away now in the first inning for the Athletics. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Matt Chapman. For Chapman on the season, he's hitting .219. He's got 25 homers and 69 runs batted in. He strides to the plate, left-hander against the right-hander, and Diaz is ready to go back to work. He kicks and he delivers, and there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Chapman. Diaz is probably, nerves are getting the best of him. Once he can get through that first inning, the young pitchers, usually they can settle in. So 1 ball and no strikes. Diaz kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that is off the outside corner, but the home plate umpire Siegel says that Matt Chapman went around, and it is a strike. And as we look on the replay, we would have to agree with the home plate umpire. It looked like the Athletics third baseman did offer at the pitch. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Matt Chapman. Here comes Diaz. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Diaz ready to go back to work. He comes set. He's got his hands right up and around the chin level. They kick and deliver. There's a fastball that misses down. And the count now is 3 balls and 1 strike. Should Chapman find a way on base here, Yan Gomes is waiting his turn on deck for the Athletics. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. Nowhere to put the Oakland hitter, and there's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. Chapman started to make his way to first base. He had to moonwalk back into the batter's box, as it was a slow call by the home plate umpire. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runners are going to be on the move as soon as the pitcher Diaz delivers to the plate. And here's the pitch, and it is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Chapman goes down on strikes for the third out of the inning. So for the Oakland A's in their half of the first, they had no runs. There was no hits. There were no errors, but there were 3 runners left aboard. We're through a half inning. It's the Oakland A's, nothing. The Los Angeles Angels coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the bottom of the first inning. We're glad you could stop by and check us out tonight. Here's our friend Steve again.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Again, Steve, that is Steve Rademacher, a supporter of our channel, and in turn, we like to support his. We'll be back in just a moment after these tunes. Welcome back, everybody. It is Cole Irvin taking over or beginning the game here for the Oakland Athletics. The lefty is 27 years old, a native of Anaheim, California, and he is ready to get going here. And the first pitch of the ball game to the Angels, Brandon Marsh, is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. For Brandon Marsh, he's hitting .265 on the season. He's got a couple of homers and 15 runs batted in. He is 7 for 19 in his last 5 games. He's getting the opportunity to play center field every day right now with pretty much the entire starting outfield on the disabled list for the Angels. And there's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is 1-1. Joe Adell, Mike Trout, and Justin Upton all most likely not going to return between now and the end of the season. And there is a fastball that misses inside. The count is 2-1. They did announce that Adell and Trout this week are finished. And one would anticipate that there's no rush to bring Justin Upton back. And the Angels can play out the string and evaluate some of their depth players going into next season. And there's a breaking ball for a called strike. And the count is now 2-2 to Marsh. I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to tune in today and to listen to us either on Twitch or on YouTube. Yeah, both our platforms are going tonight. Here's the pitch to Marsh. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to the right side. It's fielded by the first baseman, Matt Olson. He fires it overhand to the pitcher covering, and Irvin does a good job. He has to hit him right on the stride, as Marsh is able to get down the line pretty good. And they are going to retire Marsh, the leadoff hitter here for the first out. Irvin really had to get there. He touches the base, and then trying to hold up, he ends up just clipping a little bit with the base runner, Marsh. He got him by about a half a step. But a well-executed play by the Oakland Athletic defense that goes down as a ground out, 3-1 for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the second baseman, David Fletcher. For Fletcher on the season, he's batting .275. He's got a couple of homers and 43 runs batted in. The pitch from Irvin is a fastball delivered for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Fletcher, a right-handed stick, waits on the delivery from Irvin, who's working quickly. There's a changeup swung on. It's fouled off down the third base line, and the count is now 0-2 to Fletcher. Just before the beginning of the season, it was announced that David Fletcher had inked a 5-year, $26 million deal with the Angels. They were able to give him the extension and, as such, avoid arbitration. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's fouled off down the third base line, and the count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Fletcher batting from the right side, waits on the delivery from Irvin. He kicks and delivers, and there is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right field. It's going to get down in front of the Athletics right fielder, Chad Pinder. And Fletcher, with a good piece of 2-strike hitting, has himself aboard with a base hit single with 1 out here in the bottom half of the first inning. And that is going to bring up the one that most people would be tuning in to watch for the Angels, and that's Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani comes up to the plate. He's hitting 275 on the season. Sorry, he's hitting 256 on the season with 44 homers and 94 runs batted in. He is 7 stolen bases short of joining the 30-30 club. He still has some time to be able to do that. And here's the first pitch from Irvin. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Ohtani. Ohtani batting from the left side. He digs in. Here's Irvin ready to go back to work. He checks the runner Fletcher at first base. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Most of Ohtani's fastballs that he's hit for home runs this year have come in the thigh-high portion of the plate. And there's a breaking ball swung on and is grounded past the diving second baseman, Tony Kemp. It's going to get into right field. Fletcher's digging for third, and he is going to make it safely. And the Angels have something going here in their bottom half of the first inning with an Ohtani single and Fletcher going all the way to third base. So they got runners on the corners, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Phil Goslin. For Goslin on the season, he's hitting 271. He's got 6 homers and 40 RBIs. He's getting the start tonight in left field. Goslin batting from the right side, gets himself set in the batter's box, and we're ready to get this one going. Irvin gets the sign from his catcher, and there's the breaking ball that misses down. And the count is 1-0. Jan Gomes working behind the plate tonight for his young lefty. Irvin gets the sign from his catcher. He's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted up on the first base side. There's going to be plenty of room for Matt Olson. He camps out underneath it. He makes the catch over by the first base coach's box. And Goslin has been retired for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it up to the first baseman, Jared Walsh. For Walsh, on the season, he's hitting 273. He's got 27 homers and 85 runs batted in. At one time in his career, they were contemplating him being a dual at the big league level. In 2019, he had 5 innings pitched at the big league level. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0 to Walsh. Walsh bats from the left side, and he also throws from the left side. Originally a draft pick from the University of Georgia in the 2015 draft. He was a 39th round pick. It's not very often that you hear about 39th round picks getting to the big leagues. And there's a fastball that is taken for a called strike at the knees, and the count is 1-1. Certainly one who's been very productive this year. He's got a chance at hitting 30 homers, and he'd have to pick up the pace, but he also could potentially drive 100 runs in. He's nestled in at 85 runs. So here comes the 1-1 pitch from Irvin. He kicks and delivers, and there's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to second baseman Kemp. He fields it, and he flips it to the first baseman Olson covering. And that is going to do it. That goes as a ground out. 4-3 for out number 3 in the first inning. So for the Angels in their half of the first, they squander a couple of base runners. They had no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left the board. We're through 1 complete. It is the Oakland A's nothing, the Los Angeles Angels nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call at the top of the second inning. Here is our friend Matt.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play. But you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It is 0-0, and we are going to the top of the second inning. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the calls. We're glad you could stop by and check it out. We'll be back after these tunes. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the first inning. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming to bat for Oakland. That means Yan Gomes, Chris Davis, and Tony Kemp are coming to bat. And we have just a couple of items. We had a fielding error by Chad Pinder back in the first inning. And we had to go back and take a look to see where that was. I'm a little surprised that they gave a Pinder the error, but it must have been on the bobble in right field that sent Fletcher around to third, and there is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Yan Gomes, but we'll get confirmation for that for you. So no balls and 1 strike. Gomes batting .252 on the season with 13 homers and 50 RBIs, and there is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded well into the 6th hole. It's fielded on the backhand by Rengifo. He throws to first. It is up the line. It's not going to be in time, and that will be a base hit for Gomes as he is able to leg it out. It was past the diving third baseman. Jack Mayfield dove. He couldn't get there. It was probably a good 5-6 inches ahead of his glove. A good job by Rengifo to get there. He couldn't make the throw on the money. Even if he would have made the throw on the money, I'm not sure that they would have been able to retire Gomes. But that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Chris Davis. And the first pitch to Davis is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. For Davis on the season, he's batting .187. He's got 2 homers and 7 runs batted in. Davis is in his second tour with Oakland. He was released earlier by Texas this year. Since coming to the Oakland A's, he's hitting .250. He is yet to hit a home run. He's got a couple RBIs. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Chris Davis. Diaz gets the sign from his catcher. And he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is 2-1. Kurt Suzuki working off of one knee with the runner at first base. This has been a trend, not just Major League Baseball. For those of you who join us for our NPB action, we're seeing it in the Japanese league as well. There's a philosophy out there that they feel that you can get below the low pitchers and it gets a better view for the umpire. Not sure I necessarily agree with that. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-1. He spent all those years working with young catchers trying to give them good fundamental skills. Working off of one knee is definitely not one of those. So 3 balls and 1 strike. And here comes the pitch to Davis from Diaz. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 2-2. I'm not sure if I like the way that Suzuki received that pitch particularly. It was a pitch that was low and inside at the knees. Davis was starting to move out of the batter's box for ball 4, but it was a difficult pitch. Suzuki almost backhanded the ball or turned it over, and there is a breaking ball that misses down. It's ball 4. That's the third walk allowed so far here in the ball game by Diaz. And he's also hit a batter, so 4 batters have reached base in a free way. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Tony Kemp. For Tony Kemp on the season, he's hitting .267 with 6 homers and 29 runs batted in. He bats from the left side. Over his last 6 games, he is 7 for 19. And here comes the pitch, and he squares the bunt, and he takes a ball outside at 90 miles an hour, and the count is 1-0 to Kemp. So 1 ball and no strikes. It's a beautiful night for baseball in Los Angeles in the area. You've got a healthy crowd in to see the A's tonight, and there's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. The way they've got the defense positioned on Tony Kemp, they've got the second baseman in shallow right field. The shortstop, Rengifo, is right over top of the bag at second base. And they've got the first baseman in front of the runner at first base, and the third baseman is about even with the bag. So here comes the 2-0 pitch to Tony Kemp. Diaz checks that runner, Gomes at second. He delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled off. And the count is 2-1 to Kemp. So 2 balls and 1 strike. It definitely won't be a long night for the young pitcher Diaz if he can't find the strike zone. He threw 26 pitches in the first inning. There's W. Voggs in the house, and there is a fastball that misses down and away. And the count is now 3-1 to Kemp. Diaz tonight has, in his 38 pitches, he's delivered 20 balls and 18 strikes. He's below the 50% mark. You generally want your pitchers working up around 2/3 strikes. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 3-2 to Kemp. And I would have argued that pitch may have been a ball that Kemp was swinging at. The top of the order, Josh Harrison, is waiting his turn on deck. So Kemp digs in. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the bases are now loaded as Diaz has walked the bases. And that is going to bring up the top of the order, Josh Harrison, with nobody out. So similar situation to what the A's had last inning. They loaded the bases with 1 out, and they couldn't push anybody across. And now they've loaded the bases with nobody out. And they've got the top of the order ready to come up against the young lefty. As Joe Madden looks on, he's going through his lineup card. So here comes the first pitch to Harrison. That's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. There's nowhere to put the leadoff hitter. So Harrison digs himself in. And here comes the pitch. It is a changeup swung on. It is pop foul behind home plate. And that ball is going to reach the seats behind the third base side of home plate. The count is now 1-1 to Harrison. Harrison has found a landing spot here in Oakland. He began his career with the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was a two-time All-Star. His time with the Pirates. He then went to Detroit. He signed a deal, came over with his Keystone partner, Jordy Mercer. And it looked like he was finished in Detroit. He absolutely got off to an abysmal start. He had a little bit of niggling injuries. He landed in Washington in 2020 and had a decent year. And now he was acquired. And here is a fastball swung on. It's grounded through the 6 hole. That ball is going to get in the left field. 1 run is in. And they're going to hold the runner, Chris Davis, at third. And the bases are still going to be loaded. So Josh Harrison has himself an RBI single. You're in the 2nd inning, and that keeps the bases loaded. And it's going to bring Starling Marte to the plate, arguably one of the most consistent hitters in all of baseball this year. So he's licking his chops, ready to drive in some runs. So 1-0, the Oakland A's have got the lead as they've jumped on the scoreboard here in the 2nd inning, and there is no sign in which that the A's are about to slow down. So the hobbyist is in the house again. Thanks for stopping in. He's been listening to us a little bit over on Twitch. As we mentioned tonight, we're doing the game both on Twitch and on YouTube. Thank you all for stopping in to check this one out. So the conference again on the mound is over. That's the 2nd trip to the mound that the pitching coach, Wise, has made out to his young lefty in as many innings. And they do have a right-hander up in the bullpen. It is Kyle Tyler. He's getting warmed down in the Angels bullpen. So here comes the pitch to Marte. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away right at home plate. And the count is 0-1. So Diaz has got to find a way to wiggle himself out of this jam. He's up to 44 pitches. He's got 18 already here in the 2nd inning. So Marte digs himself in. The runner at third is Davis. The runner at second is Kemp. Harrison is the runner at first. There's a pitch that's a changeup that misses outside, and the count now is 1-1 to Marte. As we mentioned earlier, Starling Marte was acquired in a trade with the Miami Marlins. He has provided big-time impact. There is a breaking ball swung on. It's hit into center field. Coming in and making the catch is Marsh. He fires to the plate, and that is going to keep Chris Davis at third base. So there's 2 out now. That's the first out of the inning. And Marte has retired the same way he was the first time, and that was a fly ball to center field, and that's going to bring up Matt Olson. So he hit that ball right on the screws. Marsh had to come in to field it. It was a good throw to the plate. It was all the way in the air to the catcher, Suzuki, although Suzuki did have to field it on the first base side. So with 1 away, here is Matt Olson, and the first pitch to Olson's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Diaz. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down. And the count is now 1-1 to Olson. Olson tonight walked his first time up, and he was stranded at second base. Young lefty Diaz comes set again, has his hands right up at the chin level. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is now 1-2 to Olson. He's really been working his off-speed stuff, and he's not been able to throw for strikes. He's thrown very few fastballs to these hitters. Only 14% of his pitches so far have been fastballs to the Oakland A's. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball. This ball is swung on. It is lifted into right center field. Moving back on the warning track and making the catch is the center fielder Marsh. He fires it back in. Tagging at third and scoring is going to be Chris Davis. And tagging at second and advancing to third is Tony Kemp. On the sacrifice fly by Olson, he is retired for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Mark Canha. So the Athletics have 2 runs on the board here in the second inning. And that looks like it's going to do it for the young left-hander. We have seen enough, as has Joe Madden and the pitchers. Diaz is finished. And it's going to be a young right-hander coming in. We'll get you all the information in just a couple moments, everybody. It is 2-0 for the Oakland A's here in the top half of the second. Stick around. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hello, friends. Steve coming back at you. A clean-shaven Steve. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. And please continue to support my channel among others, like Another Hollis Build. Awesome commercial. And now I'll show you a few more things that we do have. We have toys, like this bobblehead Star Wars on wheels. We have Noids. We can't keep avoiding them forever. We do have Legos. Love my Legos. We have Origami Folder. Check him out. He's new into this, getting started, has good following already. We have Red Beard Breaks. And we also have these things that, in a pinch, will tell you what your temperature is. So, if you like all of this, and if you like Last Raps Baseball, join all of us. We'd love to have you. And I know you would enjoy us. Thank you, peace, good night, and cheers.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a pitching change for the Los Angeles Angels, and they are bringing in a young right-hander. It's going to be Kyle Tyler coming into the ball game. And for Tyler on the season is in to replace the rookie left-hander. And that would be Jonathan Diaz, who was making his major league debut. Tyler on the season is going to be appearing in his 4th game. He's got a record of 0-0. He does not have an earned run allowed yet in 7 innings of work. He's only allowed 2 hits. He's struck out 2 and walked 1. So he is taking over in a difficult spot here with 2 out in the 2nd inning. And the Athletics have runners on the corners and already 2 runs on the board. And there's the first pitch breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So Mark Canha is the hitter. He's walked his first time up. He's batting .237 on the season with 17 homers and 57 runs batted in. So Tyler ready to go back to work. He delivers a breaking ball for a strike, and the count is 1-1. So here comes the 1-1 pitch from Tyler. It's a fastball, and it nails Canha right on the left tricep, and that is going to load the bases. That's the second batter tonight hit by the Angels. Angels, of course, in the last series, Tony La Russa was upset with the Angels and felt that the Angels were throwing at the hitters of the Chicago White Sox. Based on what we've seen tonight, it may not necessarily be the pitchers doing it intentionally. Pitching has been a problem for the Angels over the last few years, and in so much as this year in the 20 rounds of the Major League Draft, they just drafted 20 pitchers. So here we go back to the action, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses low and away to Pinder, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. For Pinder today, he struck out in the first inning. And here's the 1-0 pitch. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and it counts 2-0. There's nowhere to put the Athletics right-handed stick. So 2 balls and no strikes. Should he get on, he'll be followed by the third baseman, Matt Chapman. And there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 3-0. Be interesting to see if the Angels coaching staff gives Mark Canha the green light here, or Chad Pinder the green light here. So here we go. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 3-1. So Kyle Tyler on in relief of Jonathan Diaz. Diaz had a very rough outing. 50 pitches and only 26 strikes. And here's the pitch from Tyler. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away over on the first base side of home plate. The count is now 3-2 to Pinder. Pinder is the 8th hitter of the inning. The first inning that the young right-hander is facing. So bases are loaded. They're going to be off to the races as soon as the young right-hander delivers to the plate. And there it is. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow right field. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder, Juan Lagares. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it for the Athletics in their half of the second inning. So for the A's, they had 2 runs in the inning. There was 2 hits. There were no errors, and there were 3 runners left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the second inning. It is the Oakland A's 2, the Los Angeles Angels. Nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the bottom of the second inning. We're glad you could tune in with us tonight. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the second inning. It is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming to bat for the Angels in their half of the second. That means it's going to be Kurt Suzuki, Luis Rengifo, and Jack Mayfield. And they are going to be facing Cole Irvin for his second inning of work. Irvin this year has thrown 40% of his pitches for fastballs. He has been very, very effective in some of the games that he's pitched, and some of the other games that he has pitched, he's also been roughed up. But when he's been on his game, he's been absolutely outstanding. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. As we mentioned earlier, Irvin began his career at the big league level with the Philadelphia Phillies, and there is a breaking ball swung on. It is hit to left field. Moving back on the warning track is the left fielder, Canna. He's looking up, and it is gone. A home run for Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki has opened the scoring for the Angels in their half of the second. It is now a 2-1 ball game. He absolutely smoked that pitch. Was able to hit it into left field, into the stands, and it is now a 2-1 game for the Oakland Athletics. So for all the action that the A's have had on the bases, they've stranded 6 runners in the first 2 innings. And on one swing of the bat, the Angels have cut into the lead. And that's going to bring up the shortstop tonight, Luis Rengifo. And he takes a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. For Rengifo on the season, he's hitting 188 with 5 homers and 13 RBIs. Irvin goes to the action. He delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to short. It's bobbled by Harrison, and that is going to put Rengifo on with the error by Harrison, and he is aboard with nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. So some sloppy play by the Oakland A's. That's the second error of the ball game. The first error, as we identified, it was a fielding error by the right fielder Chad Pinder, who bobbled the ball and was unable to come up with the ball, allowing David Fletcher to go all the way to third from first base. So here comes the first pitch to the third baseman, Jack Mayfield. It's a fastball that misses low and away. Mayfield on the season's batting .202. He's got 9 homers and 28 runs batted in. He had a big night in the Windy City last night as he was 1 for 4, but he knocked in 4 runs. So Irvin holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Rengifo will be followed. Rengifo is followed right now by Jack Mayfield, and Juan Lagares will follow Mayfield. And there's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count is now 2-1. Mayfield getting a lot of opportunity to play third base with the injury to Anthony Rendon, and there is a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. It's going to be fielded by Pinder. Digging for third is Rengifo. And just like that, the Oakland A's have allowed the Angels to get something brewing here in their half of the second inning. Runners on the corners, and now that's going to bring up the right fielder, Juan Lagares. So Mayfield continues his strong hitting. It was a good piece of hitting as well, as they were really playing Mayfield around to pull. Tony Kemp was nowhere near. The ball got through the infield on the ground and allowed Rengifo to go first to third. So Irvin ready to get back to work, and there's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-0 to Lagares. So buckle up, everybody. We could be in here for a lot of action tonight. Here comes the 1-0 to Lagares. He squares the bunt. He drops it down. It's back to the pitcher. It gets past the pitcher. Scoring from third is the runner Rengifo. Lagares is going to get himself aboard. And Mayfield is going to advance to second, and there's still nobody out. We're going to have to see what the official score rules on that one, but as far as I'm concerned, that may be a hit. I know the scorers come up with the error. It's the third error of the ball game for the Oakland Athletics. As we go back and look at the highlights of it, Irvin tries to field it with both hands and all one motion, flip it to the catcher. He ends up overrunning the ball. As he overruns the ball, the catcher Gomes has to race out to get it, and that still holds everybody there. So it's going to go down as an E1. And there's now a tie ball game here. We're all knotted up at 2s. So Irvin steps off the mound, and we're going to do this all over again. It's now the top of the order. Brandon Marsh stepping up to the plate. Marsh gets the sign from his catcher, Gomes. He looks Mayfield back at second. It's bunted over to third. It's fielded by the third baseman. And Marsh has done his job. He drops a sacrifice down. It's going to go sacrifice 5-3 for the first out of the inning, and it's going to advance Mayfield to third, and Lagares moves up to second. That's going to bring up the pesky second baseman, David Fletcher. So Fletcher on the season is batting .276. He's got a couple of homers and 43 runs batted in. He's batting from the right side. Irvin comes set at the belt. He kicks in, he delivers. This ball is swung on. It is lifted into left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Picking it up is the left fielder, Canna. He fires it in, but both runners are going to score. And just like that, the Los Angeles Angels pile another couple of runs on the board on a 2-run RBI single by David Fletcher. And the score is now 4-2. And that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani. So if you've come for offense, place. If you've come for defense, well, it certainly hasn't been the Oakland Athletics here in the first 2 innings, as they've kicked 3 balls around already. And so stranding 6 runners aboard, they sure don't look like a team that is in a spot for the playoffs. And it was very interesting, as the base runner at third, Mayfield, had returned to tag, and Lagares had read the ball down. He was almost in his hip pocket rounding third base. But both the runners have scored, and that brings up the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani. For Ohtani on the season, he's batting .258. He had a single his first time up. He's 1 for 1. So there's 1 away, and here comes the first pitch to Ohtani. And he takes a fastball inside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lefty Irvin ready to go back to work. He holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed by Ohtani, and the count now is 1-1. Phil Goslin is waiting his turn on deck. There's a lot of banter around of who should be the MVP, if it should be Vladimir Guerrero Jr. or if it should be Shohei Ohtani. And to be honest, if you would have asked me a couple of weeks ago, I would have said it would have been Shohei Ohtani hands down. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away over on the third base side. The count is 1-2. But since the All-Star break, Shohei Ohtani has struggled at the plate. He's batting below 200, and his average has slipped. But Vladimir Guerrero is in contention for a triple crown. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-2. So if I was given a vote, I would have to say that I would probably be leaning toward Guerrero, as Guerrero also homered today. I believe that was his 46th of the season. So here comes the 2-2 pitch to Ohtani. Irvin holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on it. Is lifted into shallow left field. Moving back on it is the third baseman. And that is Matt Chapman, and he's going to make the catch. Chapman was playing over into the shortstop position, so he had an easier angle on that than he would have had he been playing third base. And Ohtani is retired for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Phil Goslin. Goslin tonight is 0 for 1. He popped out to the first base his first time up. He is ready to face the lefty Irvin. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken at the knees for a ball, and it's just a bit low. So 1-0. The umpiring tonight, we've had some really solid games, but it doesn't look like Chris Siegel has gotten the groove on tonight. Some of the pitches and his locations that he's been calling have been a little all over the place. There's a fastball swung on it. It's a two-hopper to Josh Harrison at short. He flips it over to Tony Kemp at second, and that is going to retire David Fletcher for the third out of the inning. It's a fielder's choice, 6-4. So for the Angels in their half of the second, they pound out 4 runs in the inning. There was 3 hits. There were 2 errors, and there was 1 runner left the board. We're moving to the top of the third inning. It is the Los Angeles Angels 4, the Oakland Athletics 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the calls of the third inning. Here's another one of our Did You Knows. This time it's going to feature David Fletcher. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the third inning. It is going to be Matt Chapman, Jan Gomes, and Chris Davis, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Oakland batting order. They are already into the bullpen of the Angels as Kyle Tyler is on in relief of Jonathan Diaz. The story of the ballgame so far is it's a 4-2 lead for the Los Angeles Angels has been the shoddy play of the Athletics. They've made 3 errors in the first 2 innings. And the first pitch from Tyler is a fastball upstairs to Chapman for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. The rookie Jonathan Diaz got the start for the Angels. The Angels were also able to wiggle out of some trouble as they left 6 runners, or the A's left 6 runners aboard in the first 2 innings. And that is where we stand here with a 4-2 Angels lead. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Chapman. Tyler delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into left field. It's going to get down in front of the left fielder Goslin. And Chapman is aboard with a leadoff single here in the third inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Jan Gomes. For Gomes tonight, he got things going back in the second inning for Oakland. He singled and scored a run. He came around on the Josh Harrison RBI single. He opened the scoring for Oakland. So Gomes has got his average up to 255 on the season with 13 homers and 50 runs batted in. And here's the pitch from Tyler. It's a breaking ball down. Good block by the catcher Suzuki. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. And here's the pitch from Tyler. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count is 1-1 to Gomes. Jan Gomes has been well-traveled throughout his big league career. The native of Sao Paulo, Brazil, originally drafted by the Red Sox in the 39th round of the 2008 Major League Draft. There's a fastball swung on. It's hit foul. It's just foul down the left field line. And it is going to be 1-2 now to Gomes. He went to the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, Tennessee, and then the Blue Jays took him in the 10th round. He was drafted out of Barry University in Miami Shores, Florida. So he transferred schools. Correct, Barry University is an NAIA program, or at least at that time was NAIA. He started his big league career with the Blue Jays, and then he moved on to the Cleveland Indians, where he was an all-star in 2018. He spent 3 years with the Washington Nationals and now is in Oakland, and there he takes a fastball for a called third strike, and he is retired looking for the first out of the inning. And Gomes is gone. Just to finish up on Gomes, he's a one-time All-Star and a Silver Slugger. He's had a very lengthy career, considering that he was originally born in Brazil. Not too many big leaguers with Brazilian roots. They usually go the soccer route. So here comes Chris Davis to the plate. Davis walked and scored a run his first time up, and he swings at a fastball and he lifts it foul down the right field line. And the count is 0-1. Davis is in his second tour with the Oakland Athletics. He enjoyed his finer points of his career with Oakland. Davis, 3 times in an Athletic uniform, hit 40 or more home runs. And there's a fastball swung on. It is hit foul behind the first base side of home plate, and the count now goes to 0-2. Originally, at the big league level, he was a Milwaukee Brewer. He went from the Brewers to the Oakland A's for Bubba Derby and Jacob Nottingham. Nottingham was a catcher who did have time at the big league level. There's a fastball swung on. It's fouled straight back, and the count remains at 0-2 to Davis. But he was traded with Dane Acker and Jonah Heim to the Texas Rangers. In return, it was Elvis Andrew and Aramis Garcia that came to the Athletics. Of course, Elvis Andrews is not in the lineup tonight. He was released by the Rangers in June, and in early August, the A's brought him back. There is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded up the middle into center field. This ball is going to get into the hands of the center fielder Marsh, and going first to third is going to be the third baseman Matt Chapman. And so the Oakland Athletics have something brewing here in their half of the third inning after a base hit by Chris Davis, and that's going to bring up the second baseman Tony Kemp. For Tony Kemp tonight, he is officially 0-for-0. He walked his first time up. The second baseman is batting .267 on the season with 6 homers and 29 RBIs. When you look at Tony Kemp, he only stands in at 5'6" and 160 pounds. This is your prototypical Oakland Athletic. And so here comes the pitch from Tyler. It's a breaking ball down. It gets away from the catcher Suzuki. We're just taking a look at that as Kemp has to skip his way out of the way. He did a good job of the block, and that held Chris Davis at first base. So here comes the 1-0 to Tony Kemp. And there's a pitch. It is a fastball swung on and tap foul over on the first base side, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So Tony Kemp waiting on the offering from the right-hander Kyle Tyler. He kicks and delivers, and the 1-1 misses low and away, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So it looks like that Ohtani is not going to be pitching anymore this year. They say he's got some soreness in his arm. They didn't specifically say where. There is a changeup that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-1 to Kemp. But being that the Angels are 2 games below the 500 mark entering today's affair, And the likelihood of them making the playoffs is quite slim, with about 15 games for some teams left in the season. Approximately 14, 15 games left. There's no sense in rolling him out there when he doesn't have to pitch through pain. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike. Tony Kemp started his way down to first base, and he's probably about 5-6 steps out of the batter's box, and he's going to get called back on that one. I looked at the StatCast. They said that last pitch was a cutter. I would argue that because the ball was moving away from the batter Kemp, and now Kemp has asked for time. So Tyler holds set at the chest. He's ready to go back to work. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in. It almost hit Kemp in the back foot. And he's got himself a walk, and the bases are loaded again with Athletics. This is the third consecutive inning the Athletics have loaded the bases. And so far in the ball game, it's 5 walks allowed by the Angels pitchers, and they've hit 2 Athletics batters. So the ability to throw strikes has been a challenge tonight so far for the pitchers for Los Angeles. So here we go, ready to go back to work. Tyler doing a little mound maintenance on the mound. And coming up to the plate is the top of the order, Josh Harrison. Harrison tonight has been on base twice. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. He singled and knocked home the first run of the ball game for Oakland in the second. So here we are in the third inning, and he's already making his third plate appearance. And the pitch from Tyler is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Tyler gets his sign from his catcher, Suzuki, gets ready to go back to work, and there's a fastball swung on it. Is lifted into shallow right center field. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder, Lagares. He makes the catch. He throws home. It's cut off and is spiked into the ground. It was unbelievable. They had the runner, Chris Davis, nailed at third base. And the first baseman, Walsh, spikes the ball into the dirt. And that is going to retire. That's going to move the runner safely over to third. So we're going to watch this again. Fly ball to right field. The runner at third, Chapman tagged. He scored. Chris Davis tagged. He takes off for third. It's cut off by Walsh. And Davis had hesitated going to third. The ball was spiked, and then he ended up getting into the base. The runner at first, Tony Kemp, stayed at first, and now we've got runners on the corners with 2 away, and the score is now 4-3. So we've had some very entertaining baseball. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Starling Marte. So entertaining, probably not necessarily entertaining for the managers at this time of the year to watch this type of baseball, especially from the Oakland A's, who are in the playoff hunt. And there's a breaking ball down in the dirt, and Suzuki does a job by blocking it. The count is 1-1. So there's 2 away here in the third inning. The runners are on the corners. It's Chris Davis at third. Kemp is at first. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Starling Marte. Marte tonight is 0 for 2. He has flown out to center field as both of his times up. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside. And the count is now 2-1 to Starling Marte. So twice tonight, Marte has had runners on, especially in positions where he can drive runners in. He's got nothing to show yet, and there is a fastball swung on. It's grounded to third. It's fielded by the third baseman, Mayfield. He fires to first, and Marte is retired on a ground out, 5-3 for the third out of the inning. But the Oakland A's get one back here in their top of the third. They got one run in the inning. There were 2 hits. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. That is 8 Oakland A's base runners stranded in the first 3 innings. It is the Los Angeles Angels 4, the Oakland A's 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the bottom of the third inning after this from our friend Matt.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
After the game, be sure to check out another Hollis build. Our friend Matt Hollis always does great stuff. The San Diego native is a Padre fan, but we don't hold that against him in this battle of California. We'll be back in just a couple minutes after this, everybody. We're glad you're with us. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the third inning, and it is a 4-3 ball game for the Los Angeles Angels. The Angels got their runs all in the second inning on 4 runs. So far, the Oakland A's have played some shoddy defense. They've made 3 errors in the ball game. The first pitch delivered to the leadoff hitter, Jared Walsh, is a breaking ball for a ball 1. And now Irvin misses with a fastball down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. For Walsh today, he is 0 for 1. He's grounded to second his first time up. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And here's the pitch from Irvin. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is now 3 balls and 1 strike. Frustrating sometimes to watch major league teams making the errors, especially at this time of the year. Mental errors, physical errors, all those type of things. And there is a fastball swung on. It's lifted into the seats down the third base line, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Walsh. So Irvin ready to go back to work. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses up and in, and Walsh is aboard with a leadoff walk. This has also been another story of the ball game. This is the first walk issued by Irvin, although his counterparts for the Los Angeles Angels have allowed a number of free passes and also have hit batters. They have issued 5 free passes tonight, hit 2, and the A's have not been able to capitalize. The A's have left 8 runners on in their 3 innings so far tonight. So here's the pitch from Irvin. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed by Kurt Suzuki, and the count's 0-1. Suzuki tonight is 1 for 1. He homered his first time up. That was in the last inning. In the second inning, to get things going, he opened the scoring for the Angels. The veteran catcher knows this Oakland A's ball club well, as that's where he began his big league career. And there's a fastball swung on. It is bounced over to the shortstop Harrison. He throws it to second for one, back to first. And that is a tailor-made double play. It is 6-4-3. Suzuki hit that ball right on the screws. And on one hop, Harrison digs it with the backhand out of the dirt. And it is going to retire both Walsh and Suzuki. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, Luis Rengifo. For Rengifo tonight, he reached on an error by the shortstop his first time up and came around to score a run. Takes a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Irvin now delivers a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a fastball that misses down and into Rengifo, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Rengifo. Irvin working quickly, delivers a breaking ball, and it is tapped foul over on the third base side. And the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rengifo steps out of the batter's box and he adjusts his batting gloves. He's ready to go back to work here. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is going to be the 50th pitch of the ball game by Irvin. He delivers, and it is a breaking ball grounded over to third. It's fielded by the third baseman, Matt Chapman. He falls. He gets his cleats caught in the grass. He falls as he's throwing. They make the play. They're going to go and have a quick look at this upstairs. And the look is over as the bench coach for the Angels signals to Joe Madden that it wasn't out. It was a great play, but he has to move to his left to get it. He bare hands it. He gets his feet tangled up. He makes the throw as he's falling, and they still make the play. A good scoop at first base by Matt Olson, and high fives all around by Josh Harrison and Matt Chapman. That goes as a ground out, 5-3 for the third out of the inning. So for the Angels in their half of the third, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We're now through 3 complete. It is the Oakland A's trailing the Los Angeles Angels 4-3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the top of the 4th inning. Glad you're with us. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hello, friends. Steve coming back at you, a clean-shaven Steve. Thank you for watching The Last Raps Baseball. And please continue to support my channel, among others, like Another Hollis Build. Awesome commercial. And now I'll show you a few more things that we do have. We have toys, like this bobblehead Star Wars on wheels. We have Noids. We can't keep avoiding them forever. We do have Legos. Love my Legos. We have Origami Folder. Check him out. He's new into this, getting started, has good following already. We have Red Beard Breaks. And we also have these things that, in a pinch, will tell you what your temperature is. So, if you like all of this, and if you like Last Raps Baseball, join all of us. We'd love to have you. And I know you would enjoy us. Thank you, peace, good night, and cheers.
Welcome back, everybody. The first two pitches delivered to Matt Olson were fastballs upstairs, and it is quickly 2-0 to the left-handed hitting first baseman. The Oakland A's one sacker tonight. He does not have an official at bat. He walked his first time up, and he sacrificed home a run in the second inning with a deep fly ball to center field, and now the fastball is taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. So he has officially got no at-bats tonight, and he is 0 for 0, but he has an RBI. So here comes the 2-1 pitch to Olson. It's a fastball, and that's taken upstairs, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Olson. It's Olson, Canna, and Pinder here for Oakland in their half of the fourth inning. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into center field. Moving over underneath it is the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. He's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Olson for the first out of the fourth inning. That is going to bring up the left fielder, Mark Canna. For Canna tonight, he has also got no official at-bats. He's walked and been hit by a pitch. He strides to the plate and gets ready to face the young right-hander Kyle Tyler. Tyler is on in relief of the lefty Jonathan Diaz, and here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. For Canna on the season, he's hitting .237. He's got 17 homers and 57 runs batted in. Tyler holds at the chest. He delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So Canna gets himself set back in the batter's box, and righty Tyler goes ready back to work. He delivers a fastball. It's swung on. It's grounded to the shortstop, Rengifo, who standed completely in the 6 hole as they were playing Canada shift, and that's going to retire him for the second out. It's going to go down as a ground out, 6-3 for out number 2. And that's going to leave it up to the right fielder, Chad Pinder. Pinder tonight is 0 for 2. He struck out his first time up and flew to right his second time up. He's also committed an error on defense. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball delivered to Pinder, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Tyler gets the aside from his catcher, Suzuki. It's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. Right-hander Tyler, he was a 20th round draft choice in the 2018 June draft out of the University of Oklahoma. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into center field. Moving back is the center fielder Marsh. He makes the catch in front of the warning track. And that is going to retire Pinder for the third out of the inning. So the A's go quietly in their half of the fourth. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and this time nobody left on base. We are moving to the bottom of the fourth inning. It is the Los Angeles Angels 4, the Oakland A's 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call. The bottom of the fourth inning. We're glad you're with us tonight. Here is our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's another Hollis build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Once again, that's Matt Hollis, a supporter of our channel. Be sure to check out his channel after the game. It's another Hollis build and Matt Hollis. We are moving now to the bottom half of the fourth inning, and it's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters slated to come to bat for the Angels. That means it's going to be Jack Mayfield, Juan Lagares, and Brandon Marsh. For Mayfield tonight, he is 1 for 1. He singled his first time up and came around and scored a run. He has raised his average up to 206. He's got 9 homers and 28 runs batted in. And here's the first pitch to Irvin. It is a changeup that misses inside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. 4 runs by the Angels in their half of the second inning. And courtesy of a couple of Oakland errors has put them on top. And there's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is now 2-0 to Mayfield. 3 errors in the first 2 innings by the Athletics, as well as stranding 8 runners aboard in their first 3, has been the story in this one. And there's a breaking ball swung on at his tap foul over on the third base side. Matt Chapman picks it up and playfully tosses it into the Los Angeles Angels dugout. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Mayfield. Irvin ready to go back to work. He gets the sign from his catcher, Gomes. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is now 3-1 to Mayfield. So Irvin ready to go back to work. And there's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field. Coming over on it is the left fielder, Canna, and that ball is going to drop in. And that is going to get Mayfield all the way over to second base with a double. Where they had him positioned, fielder had to come a long way. Matt Chapman had to go up because Chapman was playing over actually at third base, but the shortstop Harrison had to come a long way, and that ball dropped maybe about 3 feet from the foul line. But it was almost in no man's land. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Juan Lagares. Lagares reached on an error by the pitcher his first time up. It was a suicide squeeze as he bunted the ball back to Irvin. Irvin tried to field it, and he basically overran the ball. And the runner, Luis Rengifo, was able to score from third, and that's how they got their second run of the inning. Lagares takes a fastball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Irvin checks the runner at second. He delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And the count now is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So Mayfield establishes his lead at second. Irvin holds at the belt. He checks the runner. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike, and Lagares has gone down looking here for the first out of the inning. So stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by. That is going to bring up the top of the order, Brandon Marsh. For Marsh today, he is officially 0 for 1. He grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. And then he had a sacrifice bunt to move 2 of the runners, Mayfield and Lagares, into scoring position his last time up. So here comes the first pitch to Marsh. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away over on the third base side. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Marsh on the season has seen his average slip tonight to 264. He's got a couple homers and 15 RBIs. We said at the top of the broadcast, the outfield for the Angels looks completely different than what we would expect. Marsh is only 23 years old. He's getting an opportunity to play every day between now and the end of the season. He was a second-round draft choice in 2016 by the Angels from Buford High School in Buford, Georgia. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Irvin. He looks the runner Mayfield back. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down. Count goes to 1-1. Marsh in his rookie season hitting 265. He's struck out 77 times of the 181 at-bats. Here's the pitch to Marsh. It is swung on. It is hit to left field. Moving over is the left fielder, Canna. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Marsh for the second out of the inning. It's going to hold Mayfield at second base, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, David Fletcher. For Fletcher tonight, he is 2 for 2. He's singled both his times up. He's also drove in a couple of runs in his last at-bat. He's raised his average on the season up to 277. Where we're at in the season with about 15, 16 games left, Fletcher should be able to eclipse some of his career marks, his individual marks, such as there's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 1-1. He should be able to eclipse his career high in at-bats. Should be able to do that in the next week or so. He chance to have the most hits in his career in a single season. He needs 14 more to tie that mark, and there's still enough time he should be able to get there. He's also approaching career highs in RBIs. He's already set career marks in stolen bases. So no balls and one strike to Fletcher. Irvin looks the runner Mayfield back at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-2. As we said earlier in the broadcast, the beginning of the year, Fletcher agreed to a 5-year contract extension for $26 million. It's a value signing in my eyes by the Angels, and there's a changeup that misses inside, and the count now is 1-2. By offering the money, it allowed the Angels to avoid salary arbitration with Fletcher, locked them up for 5 seasons. There are some club options there as well. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. Irvin holds at the belt. He checks the runner Mayfield. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Fletcher is retired for the third out of the inning. So for the Angels, in their half of the fourth, they strand a leadoff double by Jack Mayfield. He had no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're through 4 complete in Los Angeles. It is the Angels 4, the Oakland Athletics 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with a call. The top of the 5th inning after this. We're glad you guys can stop in and check this out. Would you like to support Last Raps Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan, but we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Raps Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Welcome back, everybody. We are cruising to the top of the fifth inning. It is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming to bat for Oakland. It's Matt Chapman, Yan Gomes, and Chris Davis. And they are going to be coming to bat here in their half of the fifth inning for the Los Angeles Angels. They got all their runs in the bottom of the second inning. The Athletics scored 2 runs in the second. They got 1 back in the third, and that's where we stand with a 4-3 ball game. And we are ready to resume the action as young right-hander Kyle Tyler gets ready to go back to work. And the first pitch to Chapman is taken the breaking ball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Tyler has come on in relief of Jonathan Diaz. Diaz, of course, was making his big league debut tonight. And there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-2 to Chapman. Diaz could not get out of the second inning. He's officially charged with 2 hits and 2 runs all earned. He had 4 walks and 2 strikeouts, but he also hit 2 batters. I checked that he hit 1 batter as the youngster Tyler has hit the other. And there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 1-2 to Chapman. For Tyler tonight, he's worked so far 2 1/3 innings. He's allowed a couple of hits, 1 run, and walked 1 and struck out 1. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Chapman. And he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that gets by the catcher Suzuki all the way to the backstop, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the pitch from Tyler. It's a changeup that misses down, and that runs the count to full on Chapman. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chapman digs in the batter's box, and here's the pitch. It is a fastball, and that misses inside. And Chapman's got himself a leadoff walk here in the 5th inning. It's been the story of the ball game for the Angels pitchers tonight. That is the 2nd walk now allowed by young pitcher Tyler. Kyle Tyler has issued 2. Diaz has issued 4, and they've clunked 2 batters. So 8 times tonight between walks and hit by pitches, the Athletics have found their way on base. The problem with the Athletics tonight is they haven't been able to get those clutch hits. They've stranded 8 runners aboard through the first 4 innings. So here comes the first pitch to Yan Gomes. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Tyler's done a much better job of throwing strikes than his counterpart, but not a whole lot better. He was 28 for 50. He's at 56%, whereas his counterpart Diaz was at 52%. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's lifted into right field. Moving over to his left is Juan Lagares. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Gomes for the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Chris Davis. For Davis tonight, he's reached base both times he's come to the plate. He walked in the 2nd, and he singled in the 3rd inning. He's also scored a run. His season average has been raised to 197. He's now hitting 280 since he's come to the Oakland organization. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down and in. Counts 1-0. If Davis can get himself on track, it'll be a huge boost for the Oakland A's here to finish the stretch drive. So here it comes back to the live action. There's a fastball swung on it. It's chopped over to third. The third baseman Mayfield is going to get it. That is going to be a foul ball, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Davis. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Davis will be followed by the second baseman, Tony Kemp. Then it'll be the top of the order, Josh Harrison, if the 5th inning can continue. So Chapman's the runner at first. There's 1 away. And Davis gets himself dug back into the right-handed batter's box, and young pitcher Kyle Tyler ready to go back to work. Tyler holds at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Chris Davis. I don't think Davis was very fond of that last call. Just his body language. The 33-year-old was a little bit banged up this year as he'd missed some time. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away over on the first base side of home plate. The count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Davis digs in on the right-handed batter's box, coming set at the chest. They kick and deliver, and it is a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the right field line. That ball is going to reach the seats, and the count is going to remain at 1 and 2 to Chris Davis. Davis's best years of his career, as we said, were with Oakland. He had 3 years of 40 or more home runs. He digs in. He's ready to get this one going again. And here comes the pitch from Tyler. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's tapped slowly over to third, and nobody's going to get it. Mayfield stays home at third base. He didn't want to go in. Tyler watches it. It was a swinging bunt. Davis is aboard for the 3rd time tonight. That is going to be a base hit single. Chapman is going to advance to second, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Tony Kemp. And that is going to bring Joe Madden out of the dugout. And they do have action going on in the Angels bullpen. We're going to see if Madden's going to make the change or not. Usually he does. As Madden's on a full sprint to the mound. That ball was right in no man's land, just laying there on the third base side. So Davis is aboard for the 3rd time tonight, and that is going to do it for the pitcher Tyler. We are going to have a pitching change. They're going to the bullpen, and they're bringing in a left-hander. We're going to get you all the specs in just a moment when we come back. Thanks for being here with us tonight, everybody, on a Friday night. We're glad you're with us. Hold tight. We'll be right back after this.
Are you into digital cards? Last Wraps Baseball has you covered as we do daily Top Spunt Digital 21 card breaks. This new wave of collecting allows baseball fans to collect digital cards and compete against each other for prizes. Check out our daily breaks and send us a trade to Last Wraps. Be sure to tell your friends.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be Jose Chiara coming into the game. We got Lamario Owens stopping in to say hello tonight. Welcome, Lamario. We have a pitching change here with the Angels. We'll be back in just a couple moments, and we'll give you all the changes after these tunes. Welcome back, everybody. The Angels are bringing in their 3rd pitcher of the ballgame today, and it is going to be a lefty, Jose Quijada. Quijada is a 5'11", 215-pound Venezuelan lefty. He is going to be making his 19th appearance for the Angels. He has worked 18 1/3 innings to this point, allowing 14 hits, 11 earned runs, 12 walks, and striking out 28 batters. So he's going to have some stuff. He's got an ERA of 5.40 on the campaign. This is his third season he's seen action at the big league level. He broke in with the Miami Marlins in 2019. And then he pitched very sparingly last year with the Angels. So he is ready to take over here in the top half of the fifth inning. He originally was signed by the Marlins as an international free agent. The Angels claimed him off of waivers in February of 2020 from the Marlins. So he is ready to go to work here. It's a tough night at the office. And Steve Rademacher in the house acknowledges Lamario. So here we are, Tony Kemp, the lefty, facing the lefty Quijada, and there's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. For Tony Kemp tonight, he has walked both of his times up, and he's been stranded on base. He has a .267 batting average with 6 homers and 29 RBIs. Lefty versus the lefty. Quijada kicks and delivers, and there is a fastball that misses outside. The count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. The runner at second is Chapman. The runner at first is Davis. Quijada ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. And if Kemp didn't swing at that pitch, more than likely the count would be 3-0, as that pitch looked like it was up and in. Kemp giving a little bit of help to the lefty Quijada. And here comes the pitch from Quijada, and it's a fastball that misses low to Kemp. And the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Kemp will be followed by the shortstop, Josh Harrison, who's hitting at the top of the order tonight. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 3-2. And Tony Kemp was sprinting out of the batter's box. That's the second time tonight Kemp has done that. He was down at the 45-foot stripe, and they've had to haul him back. And you know, we said earlier, we've had some really well umpired games over the past week to 10 days. And Chris Siegel is the plate umpire today, and he's having a hard time being consistent with those low pitches, especially the ones that are low and away to the left-handed hitters. And here comes the pitch from Quijada, and there's a fastball that misses outside. That's ball 4. Ball 4 to Tony Kemp. It is tough to do, especially when you have pitchers that aren't throwing consistently or filling up the zone with strikes, and that's what we're witnessing tonight. That is the 7th walk of the ball game issued by Angels pitching. They've also hit 2 batters as well, so they've got 9 aboard either by walk or hit by pitch. So in fairness to the plate umpire, when the pitchers are not around the zone, as they haven't been tonight, it becomes a difficult process in which to call balls and strikes. So the bases are loaded for Josh Harrison. There's 1 away here. And the first pitch to Harrison's a 94-mile-an-hour heater taken at the knees for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike to Harrison. Harrison tonight officially is 1 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch. He hit a sacrifice fly, and he is singled. He's got a pair of RBIs. There's a fastball swung on, and it's hammered foul down the right field line. And the count is 0-2. So Harrison has been a top-of-the-order run producer as he's been knocking home the runs tonight. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's a fastball, and that buckles Harrison to his knees as it was up around his chin, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Starling Marte is looming on deck for the Athletics. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Kick and deliver as a fastball swung on. It's fouled away off the catcher, Suzuki, and he's going to need a moment. He took that was a 94 mile an hour fastball, and it'll usually pick up steam after it comes off the bat of the hitter. And he got it right off of the thumb. That's going to smart for a little bit there for the catcher. It was on the thumb, probably on the portion more towards the hand than it was off the tip. But he's ready to go, and we're ready to go back to the action. So here comes the 1-2 pitch from Quijada. He kicks and delivers, and it is a changeup swung on. It's grounded to short, over to second for one, back to first, and it's going to be a double play. And for the Oakland Athletics, they strand runners on again, and they come away with nothing. That's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning here in the fifth. The Oakland A's, they had no runs in the inning. There was one hit. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. That's 10 now through 5 innings. It is the Los Angeles Angels 4, the Oakland A's 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The bottom of the 5th inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you're with us. This is quite the entertaining game tonight. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Straps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Straps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Straps Baseball.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Angels batting order coming up to face the Oakland Athletics in their half of the 5th inning. It means it's Shohei Ohtani to lead it off. It'll be Phil Goslin and Jared Walsh. They're going to be facing the left-handed slants of Cole Irvin. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and away to Ohtani for ball 1. It was 65 pitches so far through 4 innings for Irvin. Other than the second inning where there were a couple of errors, there's a fastball swung on it, is popped up into left field. Moving over underneath it is the left fielder, Canna. He's going to make the grab, and that is going to retire Ohtani for the first out of the 5th inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Phil Goslin. For Goslin, he is 0 for 2 today. He has popped out to the first baseman, and he bounced into a fielder's choice. He steps up to the plate, is ready to get going, and the first pitch from Irvin is a breaking ball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. And here's the pitch from Irvin. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Goslin. Irvin works quickly with nobody on. He goes back into the windup, and there's a breaking ball that misses low, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to the Angels left fielder. Irvin gets the sign from his catcher. He gets ready to go back to work, and there's a fastball swung on his left to right field. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder, Chad Pinder. He's going to make the grab, and that's going to retire Goslin for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Jared Walsh. That's the 5th consecutive Angels hitter retired in a row by Irvin. He has not had a 1-2-3 inning tonight the conventional way. Unconventionally, he did walk the leadoff hitter in the 3rd inning, and then he was able to get a double play to erase that runner. So 2 away here, and that brings up the first baseman, Jared Walsh. And the first pitch to Walsh is swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. Irvin rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now is 1-1 to Walsh. Walsh tonight is 0 for 1. He also has walked. He's going to have to put in a little bit of work if he wants to get to the 100 RBI mark this year. He's got 27 homers and 85 runs batted in. And there is a fastball swung on. It is grounded to the shortstop, who's to the right of second base. It's fielded and thrown to first. That is going to retire Walsh for the 3rd out of the inning. That goes as a ground out, 6-3. Josh Harrison makes a very routine play as he's standing to the right side of second base. So for the Angels in their half of the 5th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're moving to the top of the 6th inning. It is the Los Angeles Angels 4, the Oakland A's 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call at the top of the 6th inning. We're glad you're with us.
Are you into digital cards? Last Wraps Baseball has you covered as we do daily Top Spun Digital 21 card breaks. This new wave of collecting allows baseball fans to collect digital cards and compete against each other for prizes. Check out our daily breaks and send us a trade to Last Wraps. Be sure to tell your friends. Would you like to support Last Wraps Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan, but we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Wraps Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 6th inning. It is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming to bat for Oakland. That means Starling Marte, Matt Olson, and Mark Canha are coming to bat for the Athletics in their half of the 6th inning. The story tonight has been the 3 errors in the first 2 innings by Oakland, as well as the poor pitching by the Angels, but yet the Angels are holding a 4-3 lead. What I mean by poor pitching is the inability to throw enough strikes, walking 7 batters and hitting 2. And that is where we stand here going into the 6th inning. So it's not been the most clean played ball game, especially for 2 teams that are playing in late September and Oakland, who is playing for their playoff lives. They sure don't look like they're in wild card contention. And here comes the first pitch from Quijada. That is swung on and missed by Marte, and the count is 0-1. Quijada came on in relief the last inning of Kyle Tyler. The line on Kyle Tyler is complete. We'll get you those specs in just a moment. There's a fastball swung on, and it is lifted foul over on the first base side. And the count is now 0-2 to Marte. For Tyler tonight in his 2 2/3 innings of relief, he allowed 3 hits, 1 run earned. He walked 2 and struck out 1. This is Quijada's second inning of work now. And here comes the pitch to Marte. It is a fastball swung on. It's tapped back to the pitcher. Quijada fields it. He fires to first, and that is going to retire Marte. It goes as a ground out, 1-3 for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Matt Olson. Olson, he's officially 0 for 1 tonight. He walked in the first inning. He had a sacrifice fly and knocked a run in the second inning. And he has flown out to center field. And here comes the first pitch from Quijada. It's a fastball swung on and it's grounded into left field. They had the shift on for Olson, and he hit it to the left side of second base. He's got himself a base hit. And Olson is aboard, but they one out single here in the sixth inning, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Mark Canha. Each team now has 6 hits in the ball game. So Olson is aboard at first base, and Canha is coming to the plate, and they are coming out to the mound, and it looks like that might be it for Quijada, as Joe Madden is going to the bullpen, and we're going to have ourselves a pitching change. So stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments as we have a call to the bullpen. The Angels are making another change. Hang tight. We'll be back after these tunes.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVlogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not Like Father, Like Son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones, the creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a pitching change, and Jose Marte is coming in to pitch for the Angels. This is the 4th pitcher of the ball game. The Dominican right-hander stands at 6'3" and 180 pounds. This is his second game of his big league career. Currently has appeared in 1 game. He's pitched in 2 innings, allowing 1 hit and striking out 4. And the first pitch is at 98 miles an hour, just below the knees. And the count is 1-0 to Mark Canha. There is 1 away here in the 6th inning as Marte led off by grounding out to the pitcher. Matt Olson singled. This is where we stand as Mark Canha has stepped to the plate. Canha today is officially 0 for 1. He grounded to short his last time up. He's walked and also been hit by a pitch. There's a fastball that misses low, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Canha. So lost opportunities for the Oakland A's today as they have stranded 10 runners on base in the first 5 innings. They have also not been able to take advantage of the walk festival tonight that has taken place. The Angels have walked a number of the Athletics hitters, 7 to be exact, as well as hitting a pair. So here comes the 2-0 pitch to Canha. Marte holds at the belt. He kicks and he delivers, and there is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. The right fielder, Chad Pinder, is waiting his turn on deck. So Marte ready to go back to work. Here is the 3-0 pitch. One would think Canada is going to be taking here until Marte can find the strike zone. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 3-1. Marte definitely has a lot of life in the arm. He's been sitting up at around 98 miles an hour. The last pitch checked in at 97 with his fastball. And he's got a little bit of movement to it. So here comes the 3-1 pitch to Canna. Marte kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Canna gets the sign, or Marte gets the sign from his catcher, Suzuki, and he's ready to face Canna again. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses inside, and that is going to draw a walk for Canna. That's going to advance Matt Olson to second base. And so, again, the Oakland Athletics have runners aboard here in the top of the 6th inning. I'll bring up the right fielder, scheduled to bring up the right fielder, Chad Pinder. So Pinder tonight is 0 for 3. He struck out his first time up. He's flown to right and flown to center. He digs in on the left-hand side of the batter's box and ready to face the righty Marte. Marte checks the runner Olson at second. He kicks and delivers, and there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. We can criticize and check that we have Seth Brown now stepping into the plate. Brown is hitting for Pinder. We didn't get that announcement straight away. So it is 1 ball and no strikes to Seth Brown. And Brown swings at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and he hooks it foul down the right field line. And the count now is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Brown ready to go back to work as the hitter, and here comes Marte ready to deliver the pitch. He checks the runner Olson at second. The runner at first is Canna, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball that gets off the glove of Suzuki, and all the runners are going to advance. He is definitely going to be charged with a pass ball on that one. That ball should have been caught. It wasn't easy. It was coming up and in, but that's a ball that has to be caught by the catcher. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So the runner at second is Canna. The runner at third is Olson. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Brown. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to short. Rengifo fields it. His only play is to 1. And that is going to advance the runner Canada to third. It's going to score Olson as it was a slow roller. And Rengifo had to come and get it. And we're all knotted up at 4s here in the top of the 6th inning. So an RBI for Seth Brown on the ground out 6-3. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Matt Chapman. So 4-4 is the score. Wouldn't go away anybody because this game here has probably got a pile more runs left in it. And here is a fastball that misses upstairs from Marte, and the count is 1-0 to Chapman. Chapman today is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run in the third. He walked his last time up and struck out in the first. He's raised his average to 220 on the season. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside. They're looking for some help. But the first base umpire said that Chapman didn't go, and the count is now 2-0. So like father, like son has checked in. Joe, welcome. The game has been what I would call shoddy for for at least one team that's thinking about getting to the playoffs. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-0. The Angels are having a hard time throwing strikes. They have walked 8 batters in the ball game so far and have hit 2. And we're only in the 6th inning. On the other side of the coin, the Oakland Athletics have left 10 runners on base through the first 5 innings. There's a fastball that gets by the catcher, Suzuki. That's going to score the runner from third as Canna crosses the plate. And it's just all gone south for the Angels here in the 6th inning again, and that is ball 4 to Chapman, so he goes to first base. And Canna scores the run, and it's now 5-4 for the Athletics. That's going to bring up the catcher, Yan Gomes. So one thing I can say is that it has not been a well-played game by either team, and the team that probably makes the least amount of mistakes is probably going to come away with the victory here. We'll have to see what they charged on that one, if that was a pass ball or a wild pitch, and it was a pass ball to Kurt Suzuki. That's his second of the ball game. And there's the first pitch delivered to Gomes, and it's down in the dirt, and it's ball 1-0. Don't get a chance to call the Angels all that often, and of course with the big guns on the disabled list, Rendon, Trout, Adele, Justin Upton, you can see what the problem is in Los Angeles, and it is their pitching. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-1 on Gomes. They've spent a lot of money. They've tied up a lot of money in the positional players, but they have not addressed their needs on the hill. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's tap foul right at the feet of the hitter. And the count is now 1-2 to Yan Gomes. And in fairness to the owner, Artie Moreno, he has spent quite a bit of money, but he has spent the money on the offensive side. When you look at the contracts where they've got the money tied up into, and of course, Shohei Ohtani is going to be one of those type of guys. I don't know if I'd consider him a pitcher as much as he's been more of a hitter than a pitcher this year. And there is a changeup outside. Off to the races is the runner, Chapman. He slides into second base. The tag is at the ankles. The umpires called him out. We're going to see if the A's are going to challenge this. But right now, it's caught stealing. But don't go anywhere because the A's are on the phone. And they're going to have this one reviewed. So go into the headsets. So the pitch was a breaking ball outside. They threw down to second base. The throw was not a good one. It was up the line. It was on the second base side of second base. The base runner, Chapman, went headfirst into the bag. Fletcher applies the tag on the back of his leg around the knee. And on further review, I think the umpires may have got this one right. Back in the day, 5-6, well, forget 5-6, probably 20 years ago, he is safe at second because the tag would have been up the body. And he would have been safe at second. But because of the rules and the replay, umpires are under the headsets giving it a look. We're going to get a call here in just a moment, but I do think that the call is probably not going to be overturned on the field. I think Chapman is going to get called out at second base, and it is confirmed. So Chapman is caught stealing. That goes down as a caught stealing 2-4 for the third out of the inning. For Oakland in their half of the 6th inning, they scored 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors in the inning and nobody left on base. We are moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is the Oakland Athletics 5, the Los Angeles Angels 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
As always, thanks again, Steve, for your support. We really appreciate you and supporting our channel. We're ready to get this one back underway as Cole Irvin is coming out for his 6th inning of work. It's a 5-4 ball game. The Oakland Athletics have tacked on a couple of runs in their half of the 6th inning. And it's the story of the walks and the hit batters that have allowed them to get back into the lead. They have so far in this ball game tonight, the Oakland Athletics have been walked 9 times, and they've had 2 batters hit. So 11 times they've had free runners put on base. So here comes the first pitch from Cole Irvin. It is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0 to Kurt Suzuki. So Suzuki, Rengifo, and Mayfield are in the game. Seth Brown has taken over in right field after his pinch hit appearance for Chad Pinder. And here's the pitch from Irvin, and it is a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal down to first base, and the first base umpire says that he has gone. So Suzuki is charged with the strike and gets a laugh out of Suzuki, and Dexter Fowler is giving it to the first base umpire from the dugout. So the count is now 1-1. There's a fastball delivered to Suzuki, and it's fouled away. And the count is now 1-2. And whatever exchange is going on, the first base umpire, James Hoy, is getting a good chuckle out of it as Justin Upton and Fowler are in the dugout for the Angels. And there's some good-natured ribbing going on. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away on the first base side of home plate. And the count remains 1-2 to Suzuki. Irvin so far is up to 78 pitches. It's a little questionable if he was going to be able to stay in the ballgame the way that second inning was playing out. But he has settled down since then and been able to get some decent play. And there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Jan Gomes will apply the tag to Suzuki, and he is retired on strikes for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Luis Rengifo. Rengifo tonight reached first on an error back in the second inning. And he was squeezed home by Juan Lagares. So Rengifo is officially 0 for 1 officially 0 for 2 as he also grounded out to third base. And he takes a breaking ball outside. The count is 1-0. So 1-0 to Rengifo. Irvin kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard after this inning, and there's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is now 3-0 to Rengifo. There's only one other game currently underway as the Giants are leading the Braves in the bottom of the 8th, 4-2. The rest of the games from around Major League Baseball have been completed, and there's a pitch that swung on. It is hit into left field, and Rengifo, swinging at the 3-0 pitch, has a base hit single. And that's going to bring up the third baseman, Jack Mayfield. So Mayfield today is officially 2 for 2. He singled and scored a run in the second, and he doubled. Was stranded on second in the 4th inning. So Rengifo is the runner at first base. There's 1 away, and Mayfield is striding to the plate. And a snap throw over to first base by the pitcher, Irvin, forces Rengifo to dive back in time. So Mayfield gets himself dug in. He's got a slightly open stance. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into center field. And camping out underneath it is Starling Marte, and he's going to make the grab, and that puts away Mayfield for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Juan Lagares. Lagares tonight is officially 0 for 2. He reached on an error by the pitcher as he was delivering that suicide squeeze bunt back in the second. He later came around, scored a run, and he struck out looking his last time up. And now we've got a visit to the mound as the Oakland pitching coach has made his way out to talk to Cole Irvin. So with 2 away, going to leave him in the ballgame here. One would think that he's probably going to be tapping out by the end of this inning. He's at 84 pitches right now as there's 2 out in the bottom of the 6th. They've got Jake Diekman and Lou Trevino getting warm in the bullpen. Diekman the lefty and Trevino the righty. So Lagares is the 9-hole hitter in the batting order, and here comes the first pitch from Irvin, and it's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Brandon Marsh is waiting his turn on deck. So Irvin gets the sign from his catcher, Gomes. He holds at the belt. He checks the runner. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is 1-1 to Lagares. One ball and one strike. Irvin comes set at the belt. He checks the runner at first. He kicks and delivers, and there's a change-up that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1 to Lagares. Steve Rademacher says the Brewers won after being down 8-5, or won 8-5 after being down 5-4 in the 8th. And there is a ball tossed over to first base, and Rengifo comes back. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Lagares. Irvin comes set at the belt. He checks the runner at first. He kicks and delivers, and there is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, and here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to short. It's fielded by Harrison. He flips it backhanded to second. And boy, oh boy, the base runner Rengifo got down the line there into second base. That was way too casual. The Angels are going to go have a look at it. We're going to see if they're going to go and review. Let's see what they want. So it was a fielded by the glove hand. He backhands it to Kemp at the bag. Sliding into second base was Rengifo. We're getting our angles on it, and they may have an argument. But it looks like they're not going to review it, and that is going to be it. So we are going to be moving to the top of the 7th inning for the Angels in their half of the 6th. There was no runs on 1 hit. There was no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. It is now 5-4 for the Oakland Athletics. Stick around, everybody. We're going to go through the out-of-town scoreboard as we've got some updates from all the games. All the games are finals with the exception of the game between the Giants and the Braves. Final score from Washington, the Rockies knocked off the Nationals 9-8 today. It was Gilbreth getting the win. Finnegan took the loss. Estevez picked up his 9th save of the season for the Rockies. The New York Yankees, behind the pitching of Corey Kluber, knocked off the Cleveland Indians 8-0. Kluber goes to 5-3. Plesac takes the loss. He is 10-6. The Minnesota Twins knocked off the Blue Jays 7-3. Michael Pineda gets his 7th win against 8 losses. Hyunjin Ryu takes the loss. He's 13-9. The Boston Red Sox, behind the pitching of Chris Sale, he gets his 4th win of the year against no defeats. Knock off Keegan Aiken and the Orioles 7-1. Aiken is now 2-10 on the season. Cincinnati Reds knocked off the Dodgers 3-1. Luis Castillo got the best of Walker Buehler. Castillo is now 8-14 on the year. Buehler 14-4. Michael Lorenzen gets his 4th save. The Philadelphia Phillies, behind the pitching of Zach Wheeler, knocked off the Mets 4-3. Wheeler is now 14-9, making a push for a Cy Young consideration. Taijuan Walker takes the loss. He falls to 7-10. Kennedy gets his 23rd save for the Phillies. The Pittsburgh Pirates knocked off the Miami Marlins 2-1. Crow got the win. He's 4-7. Hernandez takes the loss. He's 1-2. Stratton gets the save. The White Sox shut out the Rangers 8-0. Dylan Cease gets his 12th win of the year against 7 losses. Hearn takes the loss at 6-5. The Houston Astros beat the Diamondbacks in 10, 4-3. Stanek gets the win. Clippard takes the loss. Mariners beat the Royals at 6-2. Chris Flexen goes to 12-6 on the year as Hesley takes the loss for the Royals. And we're ready to get back to the action here. I got 2 more finals for you in just a moment. Andrew Wantz is in the game. The right-hander is 1-0 with a 5.3 ERA. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into center field. Moving back right up against the wall is the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. And Jan Gomes is going to be retired for the first out of the 7th inning. So 1 up and 1 away. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Chris Davis. So for Davis today, he's been on base all 3 times he's come to the plate. He's 2 for 2 and a walk. He's also scored a run. Just quickly, those other 2 finals, the Brewers knocked off the Cubs 8-5. Ashby got the win. Rowan Wick takes the loss. Josh Hader gets the save. And the St. Louis Cardinals knocked off the Padres 8-2. Miles Mikolas gets the win. Vincent Velasquez, in his first start for the Padres, takes the loss. So here comes the pitch from Wantz to Davis, and it is a pinch hitter coming in for Davis. So much for Davis having a nice day at the office. A breaking ball falls into Jed Lowry for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Now a fastball is delivered and fouled off on the third base side, and the count is 0-2. Find it fascinating. Davis has 2 hits and a walk in the designated hitter role, and Lowry is the one now in pinch hitting. So here comes the pitch, and it is a changeup swung on. It's grounded to short. It's fielded by the third baseman, Mayfield, who's over in the shortstop position. He fires to first, and that's going to retire Lowry. Ground out 5-3 for out number 2, and that's going to leave it up to Tony Kemp. Tony Kemp today strides to the plate, and he's been on base all 3 times he's been up. He's got 3 base on balls. We've got to keep our eye on all the action. If Steve Rademacher is listening in, the fellow who came in the 8th inning is a neighbor here, or parents live in the area. There's a fastball, misses outside for ball 1. Rowan Wick blew the save for the Cubs today, allowing 3 hits, 4 runs all earned with 2 walks and 2 Ks. There's a fastball, misses outside to Kemp, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Tony Kemp. Comes the 2-0 pitch to Kemp. There is a fastball that misses upstairs from Wantz. The count is now 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. Watts goes back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is now 3-1. Andrew Watts is the fifth pitcher today for the Angels, and there is a ball swung on. It's grounded to first. Diving toward the foul line is the first baseman Walsh. He picks it up. He flips it to the pitcher covering. And that is going to retire Kemp for the first time today, and he'll be the third out of the inning. It goes as a ground out, 3-1 for out number 3. So for the Athletics in their half of the seventh inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the seventh inning. It is the Oakland Athletics 5, the Los Angeles Angels 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with a call at the bottom of the seventh inning in just a couple moments after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Straps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Straps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Straps Baseball.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the seventh inning. It is a 5-4 Oakland lead. Coming up for the Angels, it'll be the top of the order: Brandon Marsh, David Fletcher, and Shohei Ohtani. And we are going to check as Oakland has now got a new pitcher in the ballgame, and it's going to be Jake Diekman. Diekman is coming on in relief of Cole Irvin, who did settle down and have himself a decent pitching performance. The final line on Irvin, he went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 4 runs. Only one of those was earned. He had a walk and 3 Ks. He leaves the game in line for the win. And Diekman is going to get ready to go. Jake Diekman on the season has appeared in 61 ball games. He's got a 3-2 record with a 3.58 ERA. He's got 76 strikeouts. I remember Diekman probably the most when he was with the Texas Rangers in the playoffs a few years ago. The lefty versus lefty matchup. There's a fastball at 95 miles an hour that misses up and in, and the count is 1-0. This is his 3rd season with Oakland. Had a pretty solid campaign last year. And he's been very effective this year out of the bullpen. There have been some things in his personal life that have maybe taken his focus off a ball here in this past little bit. There's a fastball that misses down at the knees. The count is 1-1, and it's kind of a scary situation. I don't know all the details. I was reading up on it that him and his wife, they had their first child recently, but there was somebody that's in their neighborhood or was in their neighborhood that was threatening their family with bodily harm. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. I don't know all the details, but I know that the Diekman's wife had appealed through Twitter and had made some public appeals about what they have to do to possibly get that person off of the street. And there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 2-2. So some bizarre situations, and especially for a young family, be very, very, very interesting to see how that develops. But Diekman on the field is having himself a decent season, and here's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to the shortstop, Harrison. He fields it. He throws to first. That's going to retire Marsh. It goes as a ground out, 6-3 for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bring up the second baseman, David Fletcher. So that was about a week ago. It was apparently at the rental home that they have that there was an attempted break-in. And it wasn't just the break-in, it was what the person was trying to do. And there's a breaking ball delivered to Fletcher. It's swung on. It's grounded to short. The throw is up the line. It is caught by Olsen. He applies to tag to Fletcher. That's going to go down as a ground out, 6-3 for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the DH, Shohei Ohtani. Only imagine what the feeling would be like if anybody has ever had their home broken into or anybody has ever had property stolen. It's a complete and utter violation of one's self. I couldn't imagine anybody breaking into your home, especially when you were there. There's a breaking ball that misses outside to Ohtani, and the count is 1-0. So Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He's singled, he's popped out to third, and he's floated out to left. So you can only imagine what was happening with those folks, and you have to tip your hat to them. And here comes the pitch, and it's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And you can only wish and hope that the Diekmans will come through this unscathed. So here comes the 1-1 pitch to Ohtani, and Diekman delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses low and away, and the count is now 2-1. The left fielder, Phil Goslin, is waiting his turn on deck. So Ohtani gets himself dug in. We're ready to go. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses low and away, and the count now is 3-1 to Shohei Ohtani. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. Diekman comes set at the belt. He kicks in, he delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is drilled foul over on the third base side, and the count now goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. This is going to be the 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Ohtani. As the count is full, he's only seen 1 fastball, or check that fastballs. Now he sees another fastball, and it's at 97 miles an hour on the black. And the pitch is taken for a called third strike. Ohtani goes down looking for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Angels in their half of the 3rd, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 7 complete. In Los Angeles, it is the Oakland Athletics 5, Los Angeles Angels 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. We're glad you are with us.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be giving you the play-by-play in just a couple moments. We are going to be doing a game tomorrow night in the Japanese League. We have slated for tomorrow from the Sapporo Dome the Chiba-Lotte Marines and the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. It is going to be Daiki Iwashita going for the Chiba-Lotte Marines. Drew Verhagen, the former Detroit Tiger, takes to the hill for the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. We'll have all the action for you as Chiba has found themselves in first place in the Pacific League. And they are leading the Oryx Buffaloes and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. So hopefully you can get a chance to come in and see all that action tomorrow night. And so we'll be doing that. That call will go at 10 o'clock Pacific time or 1 a.m. Eastern. So be sure to check that out. We're just about ready to get back to the call here. As the right-hander Andrew Wantz had come into the game in the last inning, he's going to continue on here. The first pitch to Josh Harrison is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Wantz is a rather large right-handed pitcher, and he misses with a fastball, and that is down. No, it's the books at 35. Originally a 7th-round pick out of the University of North Carolina. And there's a pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 2-1 on Harrison. Another first-year pitcher for the Angels. Time is called as the plate umpire steps out and offers time, and we're ready to get back to the work. Wantz rocks into the motion. He delivers. There's a fastball swung on it. Is lifted into left center field. Moving over to his left and making the catch is Phil Goslin. And that is going to put Harrison away for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the center fielder Starling Marte. Marte tonight is 0 for 4. He grounded out in the 6th inning. Back to the pitcher. He's also grounded to third, and he's flown out twice to center field. So Marte waggles the bat, and the first pitch from Wantz is a fastball swung on and fouled away behind home plate, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Marte really waggles the bat. Wantz goes into the motion, and here comes the pitch. It's a changeup taken for a called strike, and the count now is 0-2. Interesting stat on Starling Marte, as he is looking to become the first player in Major League history to finish in the top 10 in stolen bases in both the American and the National League. And that's an interesting stat because he's got 23 stolen bases in the American League. He's got 22 when he was with the Marlins, and there is a breaking ball swung on, and it's fouled away, and it's got the helmet right off of Starling Marte. And that's why it took the helmet off of Marte. He fouled it off his stride foot, and it came right up and hit it, took his helmet off. That's the second time I've seen hitters get their helmets taken off in the last week. I don't think I've seen that in a couple of years. And yet we've had it twice, and all the A's on the bench are getting a good kick out of it. Of course, unless you fouled it off your face. There's a fastball at 95 that swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. Marte on the season has only been caught 5 times stealing. That would be a very interesting trivia question, as he was the only player in Major League history to finish in the top 10 in stolen bases in both leagues, and Marte could be the first to do it. It's crazy to think that. So that fastball that missed inside to Marte now makes the count 1-2. Marte waggles the bat, and here comes the pitch from Wantz. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's tap foul over on the third base side. The count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Marte continues to waggle the bat. Here comes the pitch from Wantz. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Marte is going to be retired for the 5th time tonight, first time via the strikeout. So 2 away, and that leaves it up to the first baseman, Matt Olson. For Olsen tonight, he's officially 1 for 2. He's also scored a run. He's walked, and he has driven in a run on a sacrifice fly. So Olsen stands in, and the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. And here comes the pitch. It is swung on. It is lifted into shallow left center field. Going out is the shortstop Rengifo. Coming hard is Marsh. It's going to fall in front of Marsh. And it is going to be a base hit for Olsen. And he is aboard with a bleeder into left center field. That's going to be his second hit of the ball game. And with 2 out, that's going to bring up the left fielder, Mark Canha. For Canha today, he's officially 0 for 1. He's walked twice and been hit by a pitch. He's grounded to the shortstop. Canha stands in on the right side. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1, and Canha sure didn't like that call as the pitch looked like it was off the outside corner. So no balls and 1 strike. Wantz holds the ball at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul on the third base side. The count is no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes to Canha. The runner at first is Olsen. We're here in the top of the 8th inning, and here comes the pitch from Wantz. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted foul over on the third base side, and the count is going to remain at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Canha steps out and working on his timing. So here we go back to the live action. Holding the ball at the chest is Wantz. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to third. It's fielded by the third baseman Mayfield. He fires to first, and that is going to retire Canha, who really got down the line fast. It's a ground out 5-3 for the third out of the inning. So for the Oakland A's in their half of the 8th, they had no runs in the inning. There was 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is Oakland 5, the Angels 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with a call of the 8th inning after we return from our friend Matt here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Thanks again, Matt, and for your support. We are moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's going to be the heart of the Angels batting order. That means it's going to be Phil Goslin, Jared Walsh, and Kurt Suzuki coming to bat for the Angels in their half of the 8th inning. Goslin will lead it off. He is 0 for 3 tonight. He's popped out to the first baseman, flown to right, and he's bounced into a fielder's choice. We do have a pitching change now for the Athletics. It'll be the third pitcher of the night. It's going to be Lou Trevino making his appearance. And Trevino will be facing Goslin. Trevino's had himself a decent campaign this year. He's in his fourth year of big league service, or at least of big league action, and with the Oakland Athletics. He's 5-7 on the year. He's got a 3.44 ERA. This is his 64th appearance. He's worked in 65 and a third innings, allowing 50 hits, 32 walks, and 59 strikeouts. So Trevino ready to go to work, and the first pitch is a 96-mile-an-hour fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. The thing I find interesting is that I've seen Trevino pitch before. He's kind of over the top. He throws what I would call a very heavy ball. It gets up in a hurry. He also falls to his glove side. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2 to Goslin. Goslin digs in. Trevino gets the sign from his catcher, Gomes. He's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses well off the plate into the left-handed batter's box, and the count is 1-2. Here's the pitch delivered. It's a fastball swung on. It's tapped over to the second baseman, Kemp. He fields it, and he's going to get the speedy Goslin, who's really hustling down the line. That's going to go down as a ground out, 4-3 for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Jared Walsh. For Walsh, he is 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded to second, grounded to short, and he's walked in between. And Walsh is going to stride to the plate, looking for his first hit of the ball game. Trevino gets the sign from his catcher, Gomes. He's ready to go to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that drops in at 76 miles an hour for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. No balls and one strike. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, and it's a fastball swung on. It's tapped over to the third baseman, Chapman. He fields it, and he fires to first. That's going to retire Walsh. Chapman, where he was playing on the grass, or almost on the grass, in the 6 hole, moving toward the shortstop side. He was way off the line. That retires Walsh for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it up to the catcher, Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki tonight has had a decent game at the plate. However, defensively, he struggled. He's had a couple of pass balls charged to him, including one that has given the deciding run here for the A's. He homered his first time up, and he takes a first pitch fastball inside. The count is 1-0. He's also grounded into a double play and struck out in his other times up. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. Trevino kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0 to Suzuki. Oakland pitchers have retired 7 Angels hitters in a row, and here's the pitch from Trevino. It's a fastball swung on. It's down to third. Fielding it is Chapman. He fires to first. It's in the dirt. It's up the line, and it is going to be fielded by the right fielder, Seth Brown. We're going to have to get a scoring decision on that one. It was a hard play for Chapman. Suzuki did not advance a base as he stays at first base. But the question will be is, had Chapman been able to make a good throw, would they have got the slow-running Suzuki? He backhanded it. He fired to first, and Olsen had to kind of hop out of the way because that ball was going to take him right into the runner. They got a fortunate bounce off of the facing of the dugout area. We're going to see how the scorer will rule that one. And they do rule it as a single. That's a favorable scoring decision, and that looks like it's going to be all for Suzuki. They're going to have a pinch runner here. We'll get that update for you in a moment. And Trevino fires over to first and diving back in time. It looks like it's Keen Wong. And that's exactly who it is, as Keen Wong is into pinch run. More than likely, we're going to see Max Stassi come in and do the catching in the next inning. So Rengifo stands in at the plate, and he takes a breaking ball outside, and the count is 1-0. So the scoring decision, probably not totally out of line, and you could have went either way. It was ruled as a base hit. Certainly helps the home team hitter, and there's the pitch, and it is a fastball that misses off the outside corner. The count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strike. And firing over to first base and diving back in time is the runner Wong. So 2 balls and no strikes to Rengifo. Rengifo is 1 for 3 tonight. He has a single in his 3 trips to the plate. Trevino kicks and delivers. And that pitch is swung on. It is lifted into shallow center field. Coming in on it. That ball's going to get down. It's fielded by Marte. He fires to third, and Keen Wong is going to get gunned down trying to go from first to third. A great play by the center fielder. There's an old saying, you never want to make the third out at third, and that is just some poor fundamental base running. It's going to be retired 8-5 for the third out of the inning, and the Angels are done in their half of the 8th inning. So Joe Madden is probably just losing his mind in the dugout. So there was no runs in the inning. There were 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the top of the 9th inning. It's the Oakland A's 5, the Los Angeles Angels 4. This game here is going to come down to who can make the least amount of errors. And we will crown a winner. But I have a feeling the way it's going, we're probably going to be around for a couple of more innings. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back after this from our friend Matt.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May, but you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life, and as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. We are going to the top of the ninth inning. It is going to be Seth Brown, Matt Chapman, and Jan Gomes to get things going here in the ninth inning for the Oakland Athletics. The Athletics tonight have left, according to this, 8 runners on base, and we've got it at 11. So we'll see what is happening here. And Steve Cishek is into the game, and the first pitch from the sidewinder to Seth Brown is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. And there is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 1-1 to Brown. Steve Cishek is a well-traveled reliever, and he pitched for Joe Madden in a couple of locations. There is a fastball that is taken for a strike, and the count is now 1-2. Cishek began his career with the Marlins. Also pitched in St. Louis, Seattle, Tampa Bay, with the White Sox, Cubs, and with the Angels now. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away. Count is 2-2. One thing I really don't understand, and this is something that I've given some thought to, is when you have a good reliever or you have somebody who posts up good numbers, as Cishek has really done through his career. He's got a career 2.81 earned run average. There's a breaking ball swung on and lifted foul down the third base line, and the count remains at 2-2. Why do some of these relievers continually move around when the back end of the bullpen is where games are really won and lost in today's baseball? Unless the player is an absolute problem for your team and, where you're sending them packing. I look at a guy like Cishek, and he's had a pile of teams in his career, and there's a fastball swung on. It's hit back off the pitcher, Cishek. He fields it. He fires to first, and they make the play, and that is going to retire Brown for the first out of the inning. Goes as a ground out, 1-3 for out number 1. So just thinking about Cishek, he's spent 6 years, the most of his time in the Miami organization, and then he has been with the Cubs, the Mariners, the Rays, the Angels, the Cardinals, and the White Sox. And really only the White Sox, all of his time in the big leagues, is where he has struggled. There's a breaking ball that misses outside to the batter Chapman, and the count is 1-0. Chapman today is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run back in the third. He's walked a couple of times. He was also caught stealing in the 6th inning. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0. So it's just food for thought. With regards to the bullpen arms, there's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to third. Mayfield fields it. He fires to first, and that's going to retire Chapman by about 4 steps. That's a ground out 5-3 for out number 2 here on the top of the 9th. That's going to leave it up to the catcher, Jan Gomes. For Gomes today, he's officially 1 for 4. He singled and scored a run back in the second. He's also struck out, flown out to left field, and flown to center. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count's 0-1 to Gomes. Cishek comes set at the belt. He kicks and delivers, and it's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to third. Mayfield makes the play backhanded. He fires to first, and that is going to retire Gomes on a ground out, 5-3 for the third out of the inning. So for the Oakland Athletics in their half of the 9th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We are moving to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is the Los Angeles Angels trailing the Oakland A's 5-4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back for the call at the bottom of the 9th in just a moment. We're glad you're with us. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hello, friends. Steve coming back at you, a clean-shaven Steve. Thank you for watching The Last Raps Baseball. And please continue to support my channel among others, like Another Hollis Build. Awesome commercial. And now I'll show you a few more things that we do have. We have toys, like this bobblehead Star Wars on wheels. We have Noids. We can't keep avoiding them forever. We do have Legos. Love my Legos. We have Origami Folder. Check him out. He's new into this, getting started, has good following already. We have Red Beard Breaks. And we also have these things that, in a pinch, will tell you what your temperature is. So, if you like all of this, and if you like Last Raps Baseball, join all of us. We'd love to have you. And I know you would enjoy us. Thank you, peace, good night, and cheers.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the ninth inning, and the Oakland Athletics are turning it over to the grizzled veteran right-hander Sergio Romo. Romo on the season is going to be appearing in his 61st game. He's got 2 saves on the year. He's worked in 55 and 2/3 innings. He's allowed 45 hits, 27 runs, 20 walks, and 54 strikeouts. Romo was an all-star all the way back in 2013 with the San Francisco Giants when he saved 38 ball games that year. So he has had time where he has closed out games in his career. And he's ready to go to work. He's going to face Jack Mayfield. And the first pitch is a changeup that drops in for a call strike. Mayfield, Lagares, and Marsh are the scheduled hitters here in the ninth inning. Mayfield is 2 for 3 today. He's singled, scored a run, he's doubled. He's also flown out to center field. And so here comes the pitch from Romo. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. Mayfield batting from the right side. He gets himself set in the batter's box. Romo comes set at the chest. He kicks and he delivers, and there is a breaking ball that misses down in the way, and the count is 2-1 strike. So 2-1 strike. Romo comes set at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is now 2-2 strikes to Mayfield. So 2-2 strikes. Romo gets the sign from his catcher, Gomes. He kicks and he delivers, and there is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Mayfield has been retired for the first out of the ninth inning, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Juan Lagares. Lagares is officially 0 for 3 tonight. He has reached on an error in the second inning, and he later came around and scored a run. He struck out looking, and he's bounced into a 6-4 fielder's choice. So 1 up and 1 away here for Romo in his first inning of work here in the bottom of the ninth. It looks like we're going to get ourselves a pinch hitter, as it's Jose Rojas has walked into the batter's box. Jose Rojas hitting for Lagares. And the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Rojas is batting from the left side. He digs in, and he's waiting on the offering from Romo. There is a changeup that misses outside. The count is 1-1. For Rojas on the season, he's in his rookie campaign. He's batting .220. He's got 5 homers and 12 RBIs. There's the pitch from Romo. It is a changeup that misses down, and the count is now 2-1 strike. The top of the order, Brandon Marsh, waits his turn on deck. So 2-1 strike. One would think that this is a pitch that should be decent to hit. Here's the 2-1 from Romo. There's a changeup swung on. It is grounded foul just to the right of the first base bag, and that evens the count now at 2-2. So 2 strikes to Rojas. We are here in the 9th inning, and the Angels are trailing the Athletics 5-4. So the 2-2 pitch is ready to be delivered. Romo holds set at the chest. He kicks and deals, and it's a ground ball to the second baseman. Has taken a wicked hop up on Tony Kemp. It almost takes his head off. He keeps the ball in front of him, but that ball looked like it may have hit the lip of the grass between the dirt and second base. Kemp, all Kemp can say is, wow. I was looking at the replay of that. It looked like it was a routine ground ball, but it hit, and Kemp had to almost jump. He goes down to one knee, and the next thing you know, the ball takes a wicked hop. He fields it off of the shoulder. He ends up somersaulting onto his back. And Rojas is aboard. It's going to see how they rule that. I would assume that's going to be a single. That would be a very harsh play, and it is a single. That brings up Brandon Marsh to the plate. So with 1 out, the go-ahead run is at the plate, and Romo flips it over to first base, and getting back in time is the runner Rojas. Rojas is the tying run, the go-ahead run, and the winning run is standing at home plate. Marsh today is 0 for 3. He had a sac bunt back in the second inning. He's grounded to first. He's flown to left and grounded to short his other time's up. And there is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. The pesky David Fletcher waits his turn on deck. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. Romo is set at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There is a fastball swung on. It is hit to deep center field. Moving back in front of the warning track is Starling Marte. He makes the catch. And that is going to hold Rojas at first base, but Brandon Marsh gave that one a ride. Hit that ball on the screws to straightaway center field, but he is retired for out number 2. And that is going to leave it all up to the second baseman, David Fletcher. Fletcher tonight is 2 for 4. He's got a couple of RBIs. He's also struck out and grounded to the shortstop. So here comes the first pitch from Romo. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Fletcher's pulled his batting average up to 277 tonight. Looming on deck is the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani. How the Angels would love to be able to get Ohtani to the plate. And there's the pitch. It's a changeup swung on. It is lifted into left field. Moving over underneath it is the left fielder, Canna. He's going to make the grab. And that is going to do it here for the Angels in their half of the 9th inning. So they had no runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. Your final score from Los Angeles, it is the Oakland Athletics 5, the Los Angeles Angels 4. We'll wrap it up here for you, everybody. The final line tonight for the Oakland Athletics, they had 5 runs on 7 hits, 3 errors, all came in the first 2 innings. The Angels had 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The win goes to Irvin. He goes to 10-13 on the year for the Athletics. Marte takes the loss for the Angels. He falls to 0-1, and Sergio Romo, the veteran, gets his 3rd save of the season. The Oakland Athletics stars of the game tonight. Kurt Suzuki was 2 for 4 with a homer and an RBI. Chris Davis, in a designated hitting role, had a pair of hits tonight for the A's. He was 2 for 2 and a walk. Matt Olson was 2 for 3 and a walk and an RBI. And those are the stars from tonight's ball game. So once again, everybody, we want to thank you for listening to another Last Raps Baseball video production. We hope you all have a great night. Come on back and see us again later. We're going to do it all over again. We'll be back on the air calling the NPB tomorrow night, and possibly even a day game tomorrow. Major League Baseball will be a late edition. Hope you can join us. Have a great night, everybody.